feel about the guys you were in the ring with?
I wanted to kill them.
Well, I can tell. Why did I'm laughing nervously? What you really felt that way? You wanted?
Yeah.
Tell me you know nothing about Mike Tyson and didn't prepare for this interview without telling me you know nothing about Mike Tyson and didn't prepare for this interview.
How did you get yourself into a frame of mind where you wanted to kill them?
Just think about who I am. I don't want to go back there no more. I don't want to be in that poverty state of mind anymore. Not from a physical perspective. I don't want to be poverty-stricken here.
Yeah. So would you sit and think about it before a fight? Think about the guy you were fighting?
Absolutely. The more you hurt them, the higher you go in life. That's just my mentality. That's the more you hurt them, the more people love you.
Some may be put off by this, but it's par for the course with Iron Mike and how he became literally the baddest man on the planet, specifically, though, in the sport of boxing, of course.
I want to crush his spirit. I don't want him to ever think he could beat me. Fear is like fire. If you know how to control it, it keeps us all warm. It feeds our food. It heats our food and everything. But if you let it get out of control, it'll destroy you and everything around you.
Does Tucker not know this is the guy who said this? Okay, so look, quick break in the action. I was just told I can't show that. But you know what it is. When he said he wants to eat his opponent's children. And he said he wants to eat his heart. Real ones know.
I'm a student of war. I know all the warriors from Charlemagne, Achilles, the #1 warrior of all warriors. From then, Alexander, Napoleon, I know them all. I read them all, I studied them all. I know the art of fight, I know the art of war. That's all I ever studied. That's why I'm so feared. That's why they feared me when I was in the ring, because I was an annihilator. That's all I was born for. And now those days are gone. It's empty. I'm nothing. I'm working on being the art of humbleness. Can you believe in me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss them. Because sometimes I feel like because I don't want that person to come out, because if he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all. It must sound cool, like I'm a tough guy. It's just, I hate that guy. I'm scared of him.
And then, reflecting back on his career, he said the following on his show, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. Personally, knowing Tyson's story and covering the sport of boxing, Tucker Carlson floundered in this interview. If you are surprised and put back by what Mike Tyson is saying and going, oh my God, I can't believe you believe that. Where have you been? Where have you been? Mike Tyson was the youngest to win a heavyweight title. He has spoken at length about his rise through the sport, the mindset he had to put himself into to become that person, but also because of his surroundings and upbringing. He's spoken on this like thousands of times, guys. I'm a bad guy sometimes, he told ESPN in 2013, revealing he'd apologized to former trainer Teddy Atlas, who 30 years ago was forced to pull a firearm on Tyson to protect his family. I did a lot of bad things and I wanted to be forgiven, Tyson would say. In order for me to be forgiven, and I hope they forgive me, I had to change my life. I want to live a different life now. I want to live my sober life. I don't want to die. At home, of course, he also suffered. I must have had 3 or 4 street fights a day. From like age 9, I was 200 pounds at age 12, Tyson recalled of his upbringing. I was fighting the kid, then fighting their fathers. They were crying, went home and got their father. Then I would fight the father. He teamed up with Spike Lee on Undisputed Truth, opening up about his troubled youth, landmark boxing career, personal struggles, time in prison, and new beginnings. He revealed his arrest record hit 38 by the age of 13. He spent his early teen years at the Tryon School for Boys, a juvenile detention center. When he went to prison in 1992, he spoke of not only Tupac Shakur visiting him, but the lone fight he had. He was only 2 when his father abandoned him and his family. Lorna Smith Tyson then had to bear the responsibility of raising 2 sons and a daughter on her own. Mike Tyson's mother would pass away when Mike was 16, and his sister died in 1990 when she was only 24. I never saw my mother happy with me and proud of me for doing something, Tyson said. She only knew me as being a wild kid running the streets, coming home with new clothes that she knew I didn't pay for. I never got a chance to talk to her or know about her. Professionally, it has no effect, but it's crushing emotionally and personally. So look, this is a very condensed version of Mike Tyson, what he went through, and how he got to where he is today, and also how he got to being one of the best heavyweights of all time, if not one of the most notable heavyweights of all time. You can let me know your chronological order below. If you are taken aback and you are grasping at the idea that Mike Tyson wanted to kill somebody, you just haven't followed him and you haven't followed the sport. And I believe it was prior to the Winky Wright fight. I could be wrong. When Bernard Hopkins took on, I believe to be Winky Wright, in 24/7 on HBO, great show, need to bring it back. Also need to bring back boxing on HBO, but that's another topic for another day. He said, "This is war, and it's better your life than mine." This is simply a byproduct of the sport, and how many, not all, but how many of these warriors feel to get themselves ready for a fight.